What's up, guys? John here, Titan Talk Tuesday. Sorry, I lost my voice from this weekend. I was definitely using it for one of my buddies' birthday parties this weekend. So I'm sorry, my voice is a little rasped. But I'll definitely be able to tell you guys about all the good things we're going to talk about today on Titan Talk Tuesday. Always a great Tuesday, especially with you guys tuning in. Us being able to go over therapy of the week, and this week is going to be libido enhancers. And that kind of goes hand in hand with fertility too. So we'll touch on that subject a little bit as well. And then we're going to talk about Disney World officially getting rid of the mask, thank God. And then evolution. We're still evolving, us humans, every day and every year in all kinds of different ways. And we'll talk about that too as well. So what's going on? Muscle Mayhem 220, what's up? So today we're going to talk about libido enhancers, okay? Libido enhancers, the therapy of the week this week, and there's a lot of different libido enhancers. So we'll go over all those libido enhancers too as well. Okay, let me turn that down so I have a little view of what's going on. Sorry about that. All right, and then we'll talk about some different things out there. So big shout out to you guys tuning in. I appreciate it. So let's get to it. Let's talk about libido enhancers. Well, it's Men's Health Month, all right? So June is officially Men's Health Month. So at that point, we should, talk about some of the stuff for men and talk about some of the stuff for females too as well. But we'll definitely hit on topics for the men first off. All right, so let's talk about libido enhancers, right? Bedroom enhancing therapies that Titan Medical Center offers and want to be the best. So libido enhancers, are just that. They're things that are going to raise your libido, right? Raise your sex drive. Let you perform like a champ or like a true Titan or superhero, okay? And it's something that gets brought up a lot. A lot of people are out there. A lot of people use libido enhancers. So at that point, you don't have to need libido enhancers to use them either. I think that, that's a subject that gets brought up a lot, right? When we talk about libido enhancers or bedroom enhancing therapies, they're like, well, I don't need those. I'm good to go in the bedroom. Well, it's not that you don't need them. It's that everybody can up their game. And you don't have to use these all the time. Libido enhancement could be for special days, right? Valentine's Day, anniversaries, if you got a new girlfriend or mate or whatever it is, you might want to impress them. So you want to show them you're a true stud or Superman at that point. So that's kind of where it comes into play, right? But there are some people out there that need it. And they need it, because of different medications they may be taking or, blood circulation problems, cardiovascular issues. There's a lot of things that go into play with this, even prostate. And I talked about prostate last show because it's it's Men's Health Month. So at that point, prostate cancer was one subject that I brought up because guys have prostates. Women do not have prostates. And if men need to have prostates removed, and I have cousins that have this done, they need help in that area. And it's no problem of their own. It's because of the prostate being gone. So let's talk about some libido enhancers that Titan Medical Center offers first, right? Let's talk about our Supermans. So sildenafil and tadalafil, right? Those are the chemical compounds that are in Viagra and Cialis. So we offer both of these, right? We offer sildenafil, which is the generic for Viagra, and tadalafil, which is the generic for Cialis. They both work in the exact same way. They're vasodilators. So they increase blood flow, nitric oxide, and definitely blood flow down to the extremities, okay? This is cause for that nice, long, hard erection for us guys out there. Now, for girls, sildenafil and them work the exact same way. They push blood down to the extremities, making more sensitivity in the area, helping them out too as well. So it's not just something for guys. I think that's a misconception out there. But for guys, it works even better, right? It gets us up, keeps us up, and lets us do what we want to do. Instead of having to worry about it in the back of your mind, like, oh my God, am I going to be able to perform today or tonight? There could be other things that are troubling you. You could be having high stress levels, problems at the job, whatever it is. there's definitely some different things that can cause erectile dysfunction or sexual dysfunction. And this happens both with males and females. So for males, it might not be a physical thing. It could be a mental thing. And the way that you can see if it's a mental thing or a physical thing. So I tell this to guys all the time because, they call in, they say, hey, listen, I'm having some issues. And I talk to them. I said, listen, you're with this partner. Is everything all right with the partner? Are you guys fighting? You guys have any issues? No. Everything's good then. Okay. So, guys like porn. I'm sure some girls out there like porn too as well. I always tell the guys, I say, listen, put on your favorite porn, whatever it is, okay? And if you can get an erection and keep an erection and go all the way through, then it's usually not a physical problem. If you put on this and you can't get an erection and there's no follow through, it could be a physical problem. But usually at that point, if you can get an erection and you can keep it up, you can go all the way through one of those movies or whatever it is, then it's usually not a physical thing. And you should be fine. It might just be a mental thing that you just need to just bust through that mental blockade, whatever it is, okay? So that's just one thing to know, okay? So it might be a physical thing, might be a mental thing, and that's how you can really tell. Now, if it's a physical thing, don't worry. It can be fixed. Now, sometimes it can be a hormone deficiency or hormone imbalance for men, okay? That could be testosterone's too low, estrogen's too high, something's off where things are not properly working, okay? And that's where blood testing can come into play, and you can see everything's dialed in like it should be, and then you can just mark that off. Like say, listen, okay, this is not the issue, all right? But if there is imbalances or deficiencies, these could definitely be causing the problems in the bedroom or even problems outside the bedroom. That's why I always say blood test, all right? But if you think, all right, this is fine, everything's good there, we checked it off the list. Now, how can I step up my game, right? Now, the sildenafil alpha, our Superman therapies are great. They're going to get you up, get you rocking and rolling, and get you performing like a superhero in the bedroom, okay? Now, there's different variants of this too as well. So let's say you have low testosterone or you're on hormone replacement therapy, right? And if you're on hormone replacement therapy, we have a variant where you can mix the sildenafil or tadalafil, our Supermans, with micronized testosterone, okay? And those will definitely give you a better kick. Let me explain how. So the Supermans, the sildenafil and tadalafil by itself are going to give you the erection and going to give you the get up and go as far as that goes. But energy-wise, that's the other player in the scenario because you can get an erection all you want, but if you don't have the to get through this, then that can be a problem too. So that's where the micronized testosterone comes into play. And that will actually give you a better second round or third round because usually guys can get through the first round. And usually, guys, they might have younger partners and they want to go more frequently. And at that point, you want to keep up with them. So this is the way that you can keep up with them. You'll have the hard erection, and then you'll have more energy and more with the micronized testosterone on the back. It's not a lot of testosterone, but it's 10 milligrams, and it's micronized. So that means it's going to get in the system a hell of a lot faster, so you can utilize it for what you're doing, the bedroom activities, okay? Let's talk about some of the other libido-enhancing therapies that we have, or bedroom-enhancing therapies, right? Let's talk about PT-141 by itself first, because we do have it in a blend in Cupid's Candy. But PT-141 is originally approved by the FDA for female libido enhancement because women suffer from horrible sexual dysfunction. And a lot of women, I think it was like 70% or higher, cannot achieve an orgasm. This sucks, right? Because when you're having sex, it feels good, to both parties and stuff like that. But sometimes females cannot get to that climax. Where for us guys, it's a little bit easier, okay? And guys are more stimulated by physical touch and stuff like this, where females are more, they're more aroused by mental stimulation, okay? So with that, PT-141 can be used both on males and females. but it was originally developed for female libido enhancement, and it was originally done by an injection. You would inject PT-141. Now, PT-141 works on the nervous system for libido enhancement. It doesn't work on the vascular system like tadalafil or sildenafil, which are Viagra and Cialis. But it can work on both parties, guys and girls. Okay, so that's a game changer, especially for women out there. Like women, they usually don't complain too much about it. They might not tell the husband or boyfriend or fiance, but they might tell their doctor. They might tell a friend, a girlfriend, like, hey, what do you do? Or, I'm sorry, I'm not getting this climax. I just don't know what's wrong with me. A lot of girls say that. There's nothing wrong with the girls at all. It is what it is. There could be some certain things that are off, that are not working properly, or a mental block, and that's why things are not happening correctly. It could also be because of hormone imbalance or deficiencies as well. Yes, females and males have the exact same hormones, and those hormones do the exact same thing for males and females. So we want to make sure that, like I said, the blood testing's dialed in, nothing's wrong there. And then if you're having sexual dysfunction or erectile dysfunction, then that can be fixed very easily. Like I said, with Supermans. Now we talked about PT-141. Let me get a big shout out to everybody out there. What's going on? Justin Caviar, IMDb Pro Neil. Antonio, what's up, dude? Ed Sony, Eric, what's going on? John Santos from 06. Rapid Ray 777. Kelly Lombardo, what's up? And then Nicole Vino, Brancott, what's going on? Raphael, J. Rao, how you doing? 1987 Pain, Bobby Barra, hey Pike, what's up? DC Baker, how you doing? Willie Johnson, RX105X, all these guys. Jordan 6, B. Nicole, Josh Sport, the real Jay, what's going on, brother? How you doing? So when we talk about these big Irishmen's in the house, my dude, what's up, bro? Albert 813 and Dale Wolf. All right. So we talked about Supermans, which are sildenafil or tadalafil, which are Viagra or Cialis. We can actually mix these if you're on hormone replacement therapy with testosterone, micronized testosterone that comes right in it. So that will utilize you to get more energy. We followed up with PT-141 by itself, the injectable, okay? And that can be used for males and females. It was originally FDA approved for female libido enhancement, which is really cool. Now let's talk about Cupid's Candy. Now this is one of my favorites, okay? Cupid's Candy is awesome because it's really a triple threat therapy. What do I mean by that? It has 3 different ingredients, 3 different medications to help with libido enhancement and sexual pleasure, right? So let's talk about what's in Cupid's Candy that makes it so good and why it's one of my favorites. So Cupid's Candy has 3 different components. 1, it has tadalafil. So that's a generic for Cialis, okay? 2, it has oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone, brings you closer together. 3, PT-141, which works on the nervous system for libido enhancement. So now you have the vascular system working with tadalafil. You have the nervous system working with PT-141 for libido enhancement. And then you have oxytocin bringing you guys together, which makes a more pleasurable, desirable experience for both parties. I mean, I'm one to think, like, I've been married for over 13 years, going on 14 years now. And for me, like, me and Charisse have a great sex life, right? We have sex almost every day. That's awesome. We don't use toys or anything like that. And that's nothing wrong with that either. If you're using toys, that's great. And I don't need libido enhancements, but sometimes we'll take Cupid's Candy too. But with this, you should be having a good relationship sexually with your partner. And at that point, making sure they're having an enjoyable time. I know some guys, some of my friends, right? They're not really in relationships or anything like that, but they only care about themselves. They're like, all right, I'm good. I'm done. All right, you good? I'm out of here. See you later. But, if you're with your partner, you want to make sure they're having a good time too, and they're getting pleasure out of this too as well. It shouldn't be a one-way street. And it will probably definitely help your relationship if you guys are having a better time in the bedroom. If you guys are having more pleasurable times during the week, you're probably going to have a better relationship. I can tell if, you know, me and Sharice go a day or two, like there's sexual frustration almost. That's what it is. And it become aggression. And, you know, it is what it is. Now, I know some boxers, right? And they've got matches coming up and they won't have sex for like 3 months. And that scientifically helps them, I guess, for aggression, rise in the ring, and be able to do what they're doing best, right? Their physical activity. But I'm telling you guys, if you have a better relationship with your partner in the bedroom, usually on the outside, you're going to have a better relationship. Now, relationships shouldn't be just bound by sexual activity because, you know, physical attraction is one thing, lust is there, it sets in, you guys do that thing, and you know what? At that point, it wears off a little bit. So, you know, people are looking for, you know, conversation afterwards or something they have in common afterwards, and that kind of heightens a relationship. That takes it back past a sexual relationship to a full-on relationship. And, you know, it's just something to think about, right? But sexual activity is definitely a main part of your relationship, right? There should be things that go together, and this is just one of them. So God put us on this earth to procreate. That's sex. So at that point, this is a natural thing. But we want to work to our best of our abilities. Titan Medical Center is all about looking better, feeling better, and performing your best. Not just at your job, not just in the gym, but in the bedroom as well. So that's why these therapies are just awesome. Especially, like I said, you've got your Supermans, which are sildenafil, tadalafil. You've got HRT or testosterone replacement therapy. You can get that with micronized testosterone. PT-141 by itself, an injectable version. And you have Cupid's Candy, which is an oral version that has tadalafil, oxytocin, and PT-141. All really, really great therapies. We have one more therapy out there, and that's called our Ironman therapy. And the Ironman therapy includes sildenafil with arginine. What this does, it majorly increases blood flow down to the extremities. Arginine is also a vasodilator and a precursor to nitric oxide. So these things go hand in hand. So if you want the best of the best with the most blood flow, that's where the Ironman therapy really comes into play. All right, let me see what's going on here. John Wall, what's up? What's going on? I am Rizzy Yazar. What's going on? Big Lucas 66. Carlos Velasquez, what's going on? Stephen Pena, what's up? All right, Jack Cookie Monster said, gonna have my consultation on the 21st. Awesome, bro. I'm glad we're finally getting you in here. It's awesome. That's all right, Big Irishman. You're here, dude. It's all right to miss a couple. It's okay, man. All right, so Randy G, have you tried DSIP? What are your thoughts about it? So, DSIP, Delta Sleep Enhancing Peptide. That's what DSIP stands for. Inducing peptide. Sorry, Art. Thank you very much. Delta inducing sleeping peptide. All right. So at that point, have I tried it? Yes. What did it do for me? So for me, I'm always going to tell you the truth. Now, it made me a little bit more relaxed and let me sleep a little bit better. Now, my sleep patterns aren't really messed up too much. You know, I barely get enough sleep as it is. So when it's time to sleep, I'm all for it. My body's usually knocked out. But for people that are having problems sleeping, DSIP is definitely a good one to use. Also, Titan Serenity is another good one. DSIP, I've had a lot of patients say great things about. Titan Serenity's been around for a long time. Now, that includes L-theanine, which is basically a relaxing amino acid, will make you calm down and hopefully be able to go to sleep, along with magnesium, which is another relaxing thing to help, and taurine for brain function. So you sleep, you wake up, and you're refreshed. Both DSIP and Titan Serenity are both good therapies for people that are having problems sleeping. There's usually two types of people out there when they're having problems sleeping. There's one person that can't fall asleep. Wheels are just turning, cannot go to sleep. There's other ones that can go to sleep, but then wake up in the middle of the night over and over and over again and don't know why. So these therapies can help those two types of people for sure. All right. See Bright, what's up? What's going on? How you guys doing out there? Ironman therapy can help with blood flow. That's correct. So with sildenafil and arginine in there, it's going to help with blood flow. It's definitely a precursor to nitric oxide. I'm sure some guys even want to use it as a pre-workout because of the pump factor. It's definitely going to help pump you up too as well. So that's a big one out there too as well. So Randy G says, I'm the one who wakes up a lot. Thanks. So Randy, these are probably the therapies that are going to help you out the most in staying asleep and getting that good trans 5 sleep to help you really recover, repair, and feel revitalized and rejuvenated the next day. Because that's what sleep's all about. Our bodies are trained to sleep, so our bodies can get the rest and recharge it needs. Think of your body like, and some people hate Teslas out there, but think of it as an electronic car. It can go so long, and then it needs to get recharged so it can go more and more. That's kind of what it is, all right? Let's see. Phoenix Vitco, what's going on? Cracker Yacker, what's up? How's the Hercules potion compared to the regular pre-workout? Pre-workouts suck. I'm just going to say that. And the reason I say that is this. Pre-workouts are usually overdosed with a whole bunch of stims and a whole bunch of other garbage in them that you're really not getting a lot of retention out of. Where Hercules potion doesn't have any stimulants, so it's not going to amp you up. But it's got glutamine for recovery, arginine, L-citrulline, a precursor to nitric oxide. That pump is going to last about 4 to 6 hours, and it's going to come on real quick. First set, let's say you're doing bicep curls. Usually you're going to get pumped up within that first set or two, and you're like, damn, it felt like I did a whole workout already, okay? It's got lysine in it for immune system boosting, NAC for liver functions. It also has ornithine. Ornithine is an anti-fatigue amino acid. So it's going to let you do a lot more exercises, a lot more reps, which are going to get you a lot more results, okay? It's also got proline, which is a collagen-based amino acid for lubricating joint areas and such. L-carnitine for weight loss. It's also got taurine for brain function and cramping too as well. If you want the ultimate pre-workout, mix Hercules Potion and ECA Stack Plus so you get the stims. And at that point, you're going to be rocking and rolling. I promise you. All right, Jack Cookie Monster? All right. I need to re-up my own Hercules therapy. Yeah, definitely. All right, that's the best for sure. I might have to switch from CJC to DSIP then. So did you take CJC with Imperellin for sleeping, Randy G? Let me know. Because there are some things out there that can help you sleep that might put you out a little bit faster, like DSIP and Titan Serenity. We're also working on a new formula, so I'm coming out with that soon, hopefully. Don't want to tell you about it until it's done, so I don't jinx things. All right. Dustin Vidmore, what's going on? Jonas Soares. Definitely going to want to try and see what the price is. How long does that last if you take it for every workout 5 times a week? So Hercules Potion is $275 for a 30-shot therapy package. Now, you can take this every day or every other day. If you're to take it every day, right? So that's 7 times a week. It's going to last you 1 month. You take it every other day, it's going to last you 2 months, right? You take it 5 times a week, probably a month and a half or so, maybe a little bit less. You'll be able to utilize it as well. All right. Christian, what's going on, dude? Strength addicts in the house. All right. So what's the difference between Hercules Potion and Titan Complete? Good question. And here's the answer. So Titan Complete has MIC, right? It has your B complex. It has B12 in it. It has the 3 and only 3 branched chain amino acids, which are essential amino acids, and it has L-carnitine. So MIC is usually for energy, weight loss, some immune effects, nervous system, blood flow, stuff like that, right? Where Hercules Potion does not have, it only has one overlapping ingredient. It has L-carnitine. But Hercules Potion is totally different. It has glutamine, arginine, ornithine, lysine, L-citrulline, proline, taurine, NAC, and L-carnitine. So they're not overlapping therapies. They can be taken in conjunction. And with Titan Complete, you're going to want to take in the morning time, okay? Right when you get up on an empty stomach, that's the best way to take it. After that, Hercules Potion, you're going to want to do 45 minutes before any strenuous activity or exercise. So that could be before sex, because arginine and citrulline are going to help with blood flow and erections. It can be before you walk in Disney World or Disneyland, all right? Because you're going to be out there all day and be stressing it. Before runs, marathons, hiking, right? Agility courses, all these different things. And of course, exercising. And that's the biggest benefit. And that's what I do mostly, and that's what I use it for. But I use it for all different types of things. Even if you're in different sports, if you're playing a softball league or basketball league or whatever it is, it's definitely going to give you an advantage. We also had professional paddle boarders. Okay, I didn't even know that was such a thing until years ago. A couple of years ago, until one guy came on, who was a professional, who would take it on his paddleboard in the middle of the race. He'd be out there in the middle of the ocean, water, and at that point, you have the syringe in a waterproof case. You're going to take it, put the syringe back in there until after the race. So it let him go for a longer time and be able to crank things up a lot longer, too. So he actually won a lot of the different races. Really, really cool. All right. Blackwell Melodis, what's going on? All right. No problem. You're welcome. All right. So I've taken CJC with Imperelin for 2 months. So with CJC with Imperelin, that can definitely help with leaning up. It can help with some sleeping and stuff like that. But, with sleeping, you're really going to want to look at some of these different ones like Titan Serenity or DSIP. They're going to help a lot better, I think, as far as with your sleeping and staying asleep and stuff like that. Where CJC is, a GHRH is a growth hormone releasing hormone peptide, and that's what Imperelin is too as well. Where these other ones are more geared to people that need sleep and need better rest. Okay. All right. What other question we got here? Zenithka USK, what's going on? Boreed 70, always great for the information. You're welcome. I'm here for you guys every Tuesday, Titan Talk Tuesday. So, all right. So I'm talking about libido enhancers. I went into depth about a lot of these different things. I'll touch on one little different area. That's fertility. Okay. So fertility is a big thing, especially right now. With COVID and stuff like this, post-COVID, a lot of people are having issues with LH or FSH, or even having deficiency in hormones. So we tested a lot of patients, and they've been where they weren't deficient in these things before, caught COVID, and now they're having these deficiencies and problems. So LH, luteinizing hormone, and follicle-stimulating hormones is FSH. So these things really control, the messages, the signal down to the testes, which produce your testosterone and produce semen. For females, that message goes down to your ovaries to produce testosterone and to help along with your fertility too as well, right? And with this, post-COVID, I seen this like probably about a year ago. I was reading about, some of China's different things and research that was coming out before we really got hit hard in the United States. And they were talking about the same thing. And at that point, I'm like, listen, we really can't trust what comes out of China or disinformation and all this garbage. But now they're starting to see it here in the United States, and there's research being done on U.S. patients. So it's becoming a big issue, all right? And, you have all these different doctors out there, fertility doctors as well, that are bringing these concerns up because they're seeing a lot more patient influx. Now, what do you do to increase fertility productivity, or to help yourself, become fertile or more fertile, or to get your partner pregnant, or for your partner to get pregnant? There's a couple different options. One, you have Clomid, which is a good one. HCG, which is another good one. Okay. And these are also used for gonadal support with testosterone placement in males. You have injectable FSH, which is a really, really big one. That one's really expensive, though. I ain't gonna lie, but it's done wonders for a number of patients. Another one people really overlook or don't think about or don't even know is glutathione with semen production, increasing that. So, and there's research out there. So if you guys want to look it up, check it out for yourselves. Really, really cool stuff. But this is a big one out there that a lot of people are calling us Titan about, or going to fertility clinics. And then with this, if they go to fertility clinics, they're getting charged at least 2 or 3 times more of what we would do here at Titan for the exact same treatment or therapy. We don't do it in vitro, though, or anything like that. You'd have to go to a fertility clinic for that. But to hopefully increase semen or fertility, as far as that goes, we can help out with that as well. Okay? Slick Physique, what's going on? Ellen Diaz, what's up? Marcus, what's going on? Sigil Anthony, what are the side effects? So which therapy you're talking about for side effects? I'd be happy to answer your question. All right, so let's talk about the next topic, right? The next topic is Disneyland or Disney World. Both are going to remove the face mask mandate, thank God, for vaccinated people. And they're not going to ask people if they've been vaccinated or not. They're going by the honor system, which is awesome. I'm glad they're not trying to infringe on people and their health, or what their decision is, whatever that may be. So that's awesome. I mean, it's a big one because, gosh, up to last week, I mean, this is a pretty serious thing where you have to wear a mask on every roller coaster, everywhere inside the park, unless you're eating and sitting down at a table. So thank God we're finally getting back to some normalcy here. I was thinking about it a while ago. I'm like, man, are we ever going to get back to the point where it's almost normal? And thank God we are. We're getting back there faster and faster each day. So God bless on that. That's awesome. The next topic is evolution, okay? So we're talking about evolution and, us as humans, animals, every species evolves. And usually evolution takes place with species that have to adapt to certain things, whether it's environmental or, ecosystem-wise or whatever it may be. I'm sorry? Well, we don't really adapt to chemicals. That's more of the environment. So, like toxins in the environment or whatever it may be, So, like us, if we're mostly on water, right, we would adapt to that over time. And with the evolution process, Darwin, okay, only the strong survive. And I wish that was true today, but that's not. So, but with only the strong being, only the strong surviving, this was on the evolution process and animals, us people, being able to adapt to whatever came at us. Now we're seeing that cultural evolution is here. So what does that mean? So evolution could come from, before it was like, listen, there's a certain type of species that did one thing and that's how they adapted and that's how they survived. And then that was taught down from the mother or passed on in those genes onto the siblings or to, the legacy, right? Whatever it is, the kid. And at that point now we're seeing cultural evolution. And the reason we're calling it cultural evolution is because one culture can tell another culture exactly what to do, how it's going on, and then they evolve and adapt before genetic evolution. So it's really cool to keep up on these different things. The Water World, Kevin Costner, that was a prime one, Big Irishman. So it was a really good one he brought up. So if you guys haven't seen the movie Waterworld, Kevin Costner adapts. Everybody's on the ocean in the water, okay? And with him, he had fins, or gills, excuse me, not fins, gills in the back of his ears. So he could breathe underwater. This was his body adapting to the surroundings that he was in. And who knows how this came about. And this happens in our population today. There's people that grow a 6 finger. And that's the evolution process too as well. Now, we don't know what us humans are going to evolve into next or what's going to pop out of us, right? It's not a tail. We know that. But at one point in time, I mean, that was a big thing for some animals. They had tails that don't have tails anymore. So evolution's a crazy thing. And, our population is going to evolve. It usually takes hundreds of years for evolution. So don't think that you're going to evolve in the next 10 years. But things will happen down there, and our offsprings will be able to evolve and adapt to hopefully whatever's coming at us on this earth and the environment. Because who knows, with the toxins in our air, with all the different things that we have around us, we don't even know. Even a nuclear fallout, right? That could happen, and evolution would probably happen at that point because some people, even viruses. So today, right? So we're going through COVID-19. And COVID-19 killed a whole bunch of people. But there's a whole bunch of people, like yours truly, that survived from COVID-19, totally asymptomatic. So at that point, I would think that my genes passed down to my son, or let's say I had another kid, that they would be somewhat protected against those different viruses out there. And our body has adapted to these different viruses through the years too as well. So that's why people are getting sick from some of these different things that people used to die from before. And it's just crazy. So that's really it of what I really want to cover on our Titan Talk today. If there's any questions, please throw them out to me. I'd love to answer them. If you guys want to save them, though, Titan Lifestyle Friday, Big Drew's going to be there. I'm going to be with my son on his birthday, so I'll probably be calling in as well for that one. We're going to be down in Orlando, Mid-Florida Classic, Deke Warner, big shout out. We'll be there in Orlando all weekend. So at that point, if you guys are in Orlando, come visit us. We got some free giveaways for you guys. I'm going to have some custom stuff out there too as well. And we're looking forward to seeing everybody out there in a normal atmosphere. Thank goodness. So that's it for Titan Talk today, guys. If you guys have any other questions, shout them out quick. If not, you can hold them for next week or DM us, and I'll answer them live on the air for you guys. Orlando is such a cool town. And there's a lot of great things in Orlando and Tampa especially. And even I was down in Miami this last weekend. Miami, was packed. Great things going on down there. I love to see our state thriving. And I meet great, awesome people wherever I go. So God bless that. And people actually know Titan when they see me. Because even when I'm out and about, I'm usually wearing a Titan shirt like you see, or a hat or whatever it is. I'm like, yeah, I know who Titan is, or I see your stuff all the time. So keep it coming, guys. Stay tight and strong all day. Thanks, Christian. I appreciate that. All right, so I'll see you next week. Another Titan Talk Tuesday, 6 p.m. with me. I'll answer all your questions and also talk about the therapy of the week, plus anything else you guys want to talk about. So I'm John. I officially love you guys. Thank you for all the support, and I'll see you next week. Another Titan Talk. Later, guys.